So we've been experimenting with versions of our magazines on tablet. We started with the PDF version, which is very straightforward experience. It's replicating the magazine page to page. But about a year ago, we've started our first version of an enhanced magazine on the tablet. It's available on the App Store, and this is completely transforming the experience of reading the magazine. It brings in elements of video interactivity, where it completely takes it to a different level. The time spent from a consumer reading the magazine gets vastly enhanced. The sort of tactile experience that you have on reading the physical magazine is replaced by an audiovisual experience, which is quite remarkable. We believe we've been able to create an enhanced version which sort of sticks out from what's been done, not just in the Indian market, but internationally. Early stages yet, as the tablet penetration increases in India, as bandwidths improve, and as our reach of our products get wider, we believe that this is the next big new thing. Who knows what's next, whether commerce as a layer comes into this experience, which is quite possible even now technically. There are entire layers of social media which are brought into play here, where you can actually share more content. So it's quite remarkable in terms of where you take magazine. It has significant implications for us in terms of just planning and executing the magazine, because now you've got not just pages to do, but you got to think in terms of video, in terms of even the orientation and the way the magazine is built is quite different. What happens if it's landscape? What happens if it's portrait? What happens to the images? How do you serve the same content but are able to reinvent the experience? So exciting times, like I said, early days, but we are in it for the long run. I think over the last 6 or 7 years, we've probably built not just the biggest in terms of the reach that we have amongst affluent consumers in India, but the number of platforms, so from the magazine itself through web, various social media, video, events on ground. I think what Condé Nast created is an ecosystem which is extremely attractive for an advertiser who wants to connect with an affluent woman or the male affluent. And it's able to do so by having these very strong brands, Vogue, GQ, Condé Nast Travel, and Architecture Digest. And these magazines cover everything from fashion and beauty to architecture and design, to travel, to cars and alcohol and men's lifestyle products. And along with these, we deliver the expertise that comes along with these categories and the brands, which is expertise in fashion content, expertise in video, expertise in. So this is a very compelling proposition for an advertiser, because not only are you giving them reach to the right audience, but you're able to deliver it across multi-platforms, and therefore within that ecosystem creating the right environment to be the perfect way to communicate your brands. So some years ago, we sort of moved on from becoming setting out to build India's most admired publishing company to be a multimedia company. But today, in fact, the reality is that we've even gone one step further from that. Today, Condé Nast is a company which has these powerful brands which lend itself to creating and serving content in different buckets, be it web, magazine, etc. But we're going even further beyond that and extending our brands into areas like, for example, our fashion business, which we are actively exploring. We've launched the Condé Nast College of Fashion and Design in the UK. We're hoping in India and in several other markets to explore a similar kind of idea, obviously adapted to our local market needs. We've had for some time demands from advertisers who want us to create content for them, both branded as well as white label content. We've been doing a lot of that already. We plan to formalize that in an offering along the lines of what we might possibly call, it's a working title as of now. It's Condé Nast Factory. Condé Nast Factory exists in other markets. We plan to do it, obviously, given a very unique opportunity in India, where there is a gap between the brand's needs to create premium content and the existing players available for doing that. In other markets, you have special studios, etc. doing it. We believe we are able to bring that experience to the table. But not only are we able to create the content of that quality with the expertise that we have, but we also have the platforms to serve that content. So that makes it a sort of unique combination. As a business, we've set out to create obviously these great brands. Our cornerstone of our business is editorial excellence, but there's no point ticking all the boxes unless you are viable as a business. And for us, at the end of the day, while it's not the first thing we talk about, it's certainly the last thing we tick before we really can sit back and say that we've built a successful business, and that's revenue growth, but more importantly, profitability. Our brands have been breaking even typically in year 2 or 3, and I'm talking about operational break even. And our business as a whole is overall it's profitable, double-digit profitability. Organic growth is supplemented by inorganic growth, investments in new areas that we're looking at. We've already made our first investment in a gaming company. So all indicators are that we are on a very, very fast track of growth, as reflected in the numbers of people that we've hired, by the expansion of our office space, the new categories and new businesses that we're getting into. So we're extremely bullish on our experience in the country, and we plan to continue to invest and grow this further.